Satnam and welcome. Today I want to talk to you about the divine feminine, the divine goddess within us all, that energy of the Shakti, which is the energy of the goddess, which is creative, the creative power within us. And the reason I want to talk to you about this is because she's rising, and she's rising within all of us. And she's being known, and she's showing herself through the way that we're speaking now, the way that we're doing things, and we are being shaken up. It's either we change or we get stuck in those old patterns, of now allowing us to grow, allowing us to get stuck. And the divine goddess is inside of all of us. It's that divine feminine aspect of who we are. It's that beauty inside of us that's creative, it's sensual, it's beautiful, it comes through us through prosperity, through our creative aspects, and when we do crafts and when we do the things that we love to do. When we tap into this feminine aspect, we are loving, we're kind, we're compassionate, and we really come from a place of the heart. And where our heart is where our soul is. This aspect of us is God, and the universe is the goddess. The universe is the goddess, and when we let her vibrate within us, we actually allowed the universe to open the doors, so abundance, prosperity, and all the things that we so desire opens up for us when it comes from a highest good for all of us. And what I mean by that is that we have an ego, and this ego, it's edging God out. And what the ego does, it basically keeps us in a lower vibration. It's protective. The ego is not a bad thing, it just wants to protect us. So it's gonna lower us, it's gonna make us feel smaller, and it's gonna really not come from a place of compassion and a place from love. When we come from love, when we allow our heart to speak, we allow ourselves to be compassionate beings. And this takes time for all of us. It takes time to practice. So it's about being able to practice this on a daily basis. Come from a place from your heart. Just bringing the breath to the heart center, just breathing long and deep and coming from the heart. So the divine feminine, that beautiful energy, that Shakti energy, it's very sacred and has been forgotten for a long time. There's this lecture where Jogi Bhajan, one of the women, asked him, I think you can find this in the lecture and one of the DVDs, the first DVD. And one of the women asked him, why is God a man? Why does God have to be masculine? And Jogi Bhajan said, woman, you have it all. You are in the flowers, in everything, the world, the trees, the animals, all the creative aspect is you. You are in everything. The Shakti, the divine feminine is in everything. Why can't we just have this one little thing, which is the God, the male? And it's so true that we fight for our rights as women. It's been generations that we're fighting for our rights. They used to burn us for even making a tea because it was witchcraft. It was, just doing a healing tea, we were burned by being called witches. So now are the times where we're rising, and you see this through women being in Congress. You see this by women speaking up and speaking their voice, by women leaving their abusive husbands or their abusive partners, and women just doing the right thing for themselves, for their highest good. You see it. You see us rising. We're no longer allowing men to sexualize us. We're no longer allowing anyone to sexualize us, because if anything, we're sexualizing ourselves, not just men. We are doing it ourselves to ourselves, but it's because we don't know any better. And this is a time where we need to take our sexuality, our sensuality, take ourselves and be sacred and really nurture our bodies, nurture our souls, and nurture who we are as a divine female. And this is where the divine woman comes from. Me and Rajpreet, which is my partner in the divinewoman.org, our goal is to really allow you, woman, to be you, and allow you to get hold of that creative part of you and to really step into your life purpose. We are so confused, a lot of us, and I can tell you I was one of them that was very confused of what was my mission here on earth and what did I needed to do. But when I stopped forcing it, when I stopped asking, and when I allowed the universe to pour itself onto me, I was able to really step into the shoes of who I am, who Nam Shakti is. And this is what I want for you. I want you to own your voice. I want you to step into that power of who you are as a creative being, because you are so creative. You are divine. In this aspect of you, you have a gift that no one else does. You have something that someone doesn't have, and I want you to find it. I want you to tap into it. So the Divine Woman is also now doing every Wednesday. We are holding classes for females and males. So this class is for men and women, and it's really just educating men what the divine feminine is. And this is a great thing because we are allowing men to step into the power as their creative beings as well. We all hold that divine feminine inside, and male hold that as well, but a lot of them are not tapped into it. So male, this is for you. This is for you to tap into that female aspect, that sensitive part of you, which is okay to cry. It's okay to be emotional. It's okay to have those aspects. You have to have them, otherwise you're going to turmoil yourself. You're going to create trauma in your body and sickness, and dis-ease comes from not allowing your emotions to be expressed. Guru Meher has a class called Senses of the Soul, and it's about tapping into your emotions, and these emotions are very feminine, and it's good for us to tap into them. So check out his class if you're interested, but if you're interested in learning more about emotions, but really tap into our class as well, which is every Wednesday. It's for male, female, and if you're in a relationship with your partner, you both can take the class together. It does not have to be individual. You can both sit there and take the class and just learn about the moon centers, the 11 moon centers that are in each woman, and men have just one moon center, which is the chin. You can learn about this and how to really tap into it and how to understand your woman. But anyways, let's go back to the Shakti, the divine female rising. I wanted to read to you a story from this book, Awakening Shakti. It is by Sally Kempton. This is one of my favorite books, and it's one of the first books that I actually learned about all the different goddesses. If you see there's a lot of goddesses in there, and it's absolutely beautiful. The illustration and the way she speaks about them and how to tap into each one. And it has mantras. See? That's Shakti and Shiva, the divine feminine and the divine masculine. And she just tells you how to tap into them. But I really wanted to read to you this story because I think it's important for us to know these things. So let's start. Back at the dawn of time, the great goddess who creates the world and then lives at the world is asked to incarnate as Sati, she who is, in order to make the sacred marriage with her eternal consort, Shiva. Without her presence, Shiva cannot act in the world. He sits on a mountain, lost in meditation, disdaining to perform his cosmic function. This creates havoc in the cosmos. So the great deities Brahma the creator and Vishnu the sustainer approach the goddess on their knees. They beg her, for the sake of the world, to take the form of a woman and lure Shiva out of his yogic trance. Daksha, a mind-born son of the Brahma, will be her father. The goddess agrees, but only in one condition. She has seen that men and gods have begun to treat women as property, lesser creatures in the cosmic hierarchy. If I agree to become your daughter, she tells Daksha, you must promise to honor me as the great goddess. If you do not, I shall instantly leave my body. for I will know that the time is not yet ripe for me to act fully in the world. Daksha humbly agrees, and Sati is born in his household. At the age of 16, she marries Shiva, drawing him out of the meditation through the allure of her irresistible beauty and her power of creating bliss. Shiva is the primal outsider of the Hindu pantheon, the lord of thieves as well as yogis. The original shaman as well as the primal yogi, he resides in the deep forests and mountains, attended by ghosts and goblins. He refuses to change his homeless lifestyle just because he has a wife. So for aeons, Shiva and Sati make passionate erotic love under trees and bedside streams, in subtle realms beyond the clouds, and in secret mountain caves. They adore each other with cosmic passion. Then the trouble starts. A few thousand millennia have passed. Daksha has worked his way into position of power as the leading deity of the religion of orthodoxy. In the process, he has forgotten his promise to the goddess and forgotten his daughter's real nature. He disapproves of Shiva's rebel status and feels personally threatened by Shiva's ambitions, disdain for convention. Daksha plans a huge cosmic fire ritual, which will establish for all the time the religious structures of the universe. He invites every god, titan, celestial musician, snake deity, and nyap in the universe. But in a fit of celestial malice, Daksha deliberately sends no invitation to his daughter and her consort. Sati hears the news of the day of the sacrifice. She is stunned beyond measure. Daksha has done the unthinkable. Not only has he grievously insulted her beloved, he has dishonored the world mother, the power of life itself, without whom religion is meaningless. Sati knows she cannot remain in a world that does not recognize her. She sits in meditation, summons her inner yogic fire, and sends her life force into the ethers, leaving her body behind. Shiva goes mad when he finds her. He takes himself to the ritual ground and destroys the sacrifice. He then takes Sati's body in his arm and begins to carry through the worlds. Wherever he carries her body, earthquakes and volcanoes, tidal waves and forest fires erupt. At last, the gods do the only thing they can do to save the universe. They send the great wanderer Saturn to cut Sati's body into pieces. As the parts of her body fall to the earth, they become physical pockets of sacred ecstasy, earth shrines. For eons, in hidden waves and beside trees near bodies of water and at the heart of the villages, people will find the goddess enshrined in the soul rock itself. Her body is a sacrifice that infuses the divine feminine into the earth. This is the way the Shakti tradition, the branch of Hinduism that worships a goddess as the ultimate reality. So that is the story about Sati and Shiva and how Sati was forgotten. And this is how the goddess, the divine feminine, was forgotten. If you want to read more, totally recommend you this book. It's a really, really good book. But the goddess was forgotten, and it's been forgotten for a long time. And this is why there's been a lot of sacrifice with us women. That's why we have been forgotten. I get so emotional about this story because if you look at it as mythology, you see it as we have been forgotten as women. The divine feminine, even in males, has been forgotten. Males cannot express their emotions. They've been so stuck, and they've been a lot of addictions, and for us women as well, but males have had this within them. And we as women need to rise into a higher consciousness, because we are going to lead men into becoming more sacred and having them know who they are. I've been seeing a lot of posts on social media about us women not being mothers to our boyfriends, and us women not having to take responsibility for them, and not getting in relationships with men that have issues, have mother issues, so we don't have to take care of them. And I tell you this, woman, I tell you this, divine feminine, that we are responsible. We are responsible in bringing our consciousness to a higher level so men can rise as well. Because when we rise, men rise. When we bring our consciousness to a meditative state where our mind is neutral, when we don't react to karma, when we don't react to nonsense, when we stay in the divinity of our essence as love, as compassionate beings, when we have a sacred practice by honoring our bodies, honoring ourselves, honoring our sexuality, when we stop prostituting our beauty, when we stop selling ourselves, when we honor our body and honor ourselves, then men can step into that power of who they are as well, and they can express that divine femininity that they have. When we step into the world as the divine mothers, because we are all the divine mothers, we all carry this divine mother essence within us. When we step into that power, we allow others to step into that power as well. So this is a moment that I ask you to question yourself, question your beliefs. Your beliefs come from your root chakra, which was pregnated into your subconscious mind from since you were a baby. Everything you know about your root chakra, everything you know about your belief system, religious system, all that comes from childhood. Comes from what was pregnated in your subconscious mind from your mother, your father, the way you grew up, the way the religions taught you. So I want you to question it. Question those things. Question it. Say, is this true? Does not matter what religion you are. The truth will speak out. The truth will always be bigger than anything else. You will feel the truth in your heart because the truth will feel good, as what's not truth will not feel right. It will feel like, something is missing. If you're feeling that something is missing in your life, you're tired of feeling stuck, you're tired of being in emotional turmoil and reacting all the time. If you're tired of that, join us, join the divinewoman.org. Or simply just come to your heart center and join me in this evolution where we are expanding as divine women, where we can teach our children to do the same. Don't repeat the cycle that your parents repeated with you. Stop repeating those cycles. Bring different cycles in your life. My baby. Change those cycles, change them. Don't repeat the same cycles that your parents taught you to your children. Teach them love, teach them compassion, teach them how to be strong, how to own their voice. Honey, don't do that, please, baby. Thank you, Baba. Don't do those things. Teach our children love. Teach them compassion. Teach yourself compassion. Come back to that essence of who you are. You are so beautiful. You are so divine. And you have forgotten this about you. And I just want you to come back into that essence. Join women's circles. There's a lot of women's circles going all over the world. Join the divinewoman.org, where we gather together as female to embrace each other, to talk about all these issues. Join something that's going to inspire you. Join yoga classes, Kundalini yoga classes. Hey, honey, can you please stop that?
I want to play.
Join anything. And remember to teach our children love. Love, love, love. Teach them love. All right, I'm gonna let you guys go because my little one just came out of the playroom and he's making noise, and I'm not good at editing videos, and I just don't like it because I like to be super natural. But I love you all. Kisses, and just stay in touch with yourself. I also have some private coaching classes, a program that if you're interested and really connected to your divinity and taking out all the blocks from your life, if you want to work on one-on-one with me with that, we can work so you can get in touch with your essence as a divine feminine and get in touch with that essence of who you are. And this is not just for females, this is for males as well. We all need each other. We all need to connect with that aspect of us, which is beautiful. Love you guys. Sat Nam.